Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com. And follow them on Twitter at tubbyandcoos. Hashtag more than books.
Come to New Orleans' premier tabletop gaming store, Go For Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at goforgamesnola.com. That's GO4 gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Go For Games, your gaming destination.
The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses, comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280, coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is David D. Squared de Corbier with
Brian Held.
Brian, how are you today?
I am wonderful, sir.
Wonderful. You're not outstanding?
Well, that too.
That too.
You know, just like to change it up every so often.
All right. Now, as always, guys, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out our website at twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at twigradio.com, like the wonderful Mr. Huff.
Yeah.
Who's going to be our guest today.
Yeah, most definitely.
And, we got to give a shout out to our boy at Twihard. What's his name? Oh, man, Matthew, huh?
Matthew Levine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's like our super fan. I like that guy.
So, hey, real quick, before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
yes,
you can also listen to us as a podcast after the show on Spreaker.com, or you can download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet, and that's a great way to catch up on all the back episodes. Also, we have a YouTube channel that Spreaker reaches out to as well, and sadly, I must mention, for Dave's benefit, that we have an iTunes channel. So you can, yeah. So all you iPhone users out there, I know it's a little bit easier for you, as I understand it. I wouldn't know, but there you go. It's available for you.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. So I'll lay out the show real quick. We have Mr. Huff.
Yeah, Jason Huff, a New York Times bestselling author of The Dire Earth Cycle, will be our guest in a little bit.
And then, as always, we'll open up our show with Skungy and his pick of the week. Then we'll have some top nerd news, and then close out the show, as always, with This Week in Geek History. So without much further ado, let's get to our boy Skungy and his pick of the week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Not a whole lot, gentlemen. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yeah. What you got for us, Skungy?
Lego Avengers. It just came out on Tuesday.
What? I didn't even realize that was coming out. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. This one is it's a little bit different than the last one, which was Lego Marvel Superheroes. This one is basically follows the MCU, the Marvel Cinema Universe.
Okay.
So it's basically goes through the Avengers and Age of Ultron. So, but you can it jumps in and out of basically everything of Phase 2 almost.
All right.
Which would be Iron Man, Thor, The Dark World, Captain America, Winter Soldier. So, it goes through those.
So is it like just sort of clips on all those movies that you're kind of jumping in and out of?
Well, they have a lot of levels for the Avengers and a lot of levels for Age of Ultron. And then they have one level each for Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, and Dark World. And then there's another mini level for First Avenger.
Why does it seem like they're just kind of cranking this out just because they can?
It does feel like that a little bit. This one's got a little bit of a disconnect to it from the other Marvel Lego game, because the other Marvel Lego game had a lot more with the rich history of the comics. This one seems to just go on the movies, and it seems almost like a cash-in.
It's like, if you like the movies, now play the game.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it seems like.
It does have some good improvements, though, over the previous ones.
Is it going to make me not? Is it going to make me not want to beat my child when I play with him?
Yeah, actually, because the team up combat is a lot better in this one. There are team moves, which is really cool. So, like, if you're playing Captain America and Thor, you build up this power meter, and if you're playing as Thor, you'll jump up and hit Captain America's shield with Mjolnir and, like, knock all the enemies out.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. That will require like teamwork.
Precision timing.
Well, not necessarily. You press a button, the button shows up over your head, so it's really easy. Even Dave could do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, I could do it, but my kid couldn't.
But it's still got the very, Lego humor there. One of the things is that in the Avengers part, when Coulson bites the dust,
Spoiler,
gives him a
Skungy.
ticket to Tahiti.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So, like, little inside jokes throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
And Easter eggs.
Well, cool. Well, don't spoil the Easter eggs. But awesome. So, I mean, besides the new moves, or the team function, and the other what are some of the other improvements?
There are a couple of open worlds now. Before, in the other one, it was just Manhattan as an open world. You're going to have different areas. You're going to be able to go to Asgard. You're going to be able to go back to Manhattan and Washington, D.C., and Malibu, I think. Yeah, you can actually go to Malibu for Iron Man 3. So there are other areas there, so it's not just restricted to Manhattan like the last one. So that's an improvement.
All right, Skungy, let me ask you this, because I feel like this whole game is just another cash-in. So when can we expect Lego's The Force Awakens?
Probably, I wouldn't doubt that they would be working on it right now, but they're probably going to wait until this trilogy is over.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a long time.
That seems like a really long time. I don't believe you, sir.
Well, hey, they did it with the Lego Hobbit. They put the Lego Hobbit out before the third one was released, and it didn't sell well because nobody wanted to buy it because it didn't have the complete trilogy.
Interesting. That's still a long time to wait.
Yeah.
But regardless,
it is a long time to wait, but they might want, what they'll probably do, in my opinion, what they'll probably do is they'll release one and then release DLC for it so you can just download later.
Right. All right, so platforms and price.
It is $60 on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. On the current gen, like Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, it's $40, and for the handhelds, it's $30, and it's also on the PC for $50 as well.
Nice.
And there's also a season pass.
A little bit cheaper than the consoles on the PC. I like that.
Shut your face.
All right, Skungy.
There's a season pass for $10 as well.
Well, hey, Skungy, we got to cut to commercial and get ready for our guests. So thank you very much. We appreciate it as always, and talk to you soon.
Later, guys.
Later. All right, Brian. So,
all right, Mr. Huss on the line, and we're going to cut to a commercial break real quick. Get prepared for that, and we'll see you on the other side, guys. Stay tuned.
From the Legal Ink Traffic Center, Fox Sports 1280, Time Saver Traffic.
If you're traveling in Kenner, police remain on the scene of an accident on I-10 westbound at the Airport Access Road exit. All of the lanes have been reopened, but we're seeing a very heavy traffic starting around Causeway Boulevard on I-10 westbound. We also have an accident in crossover 4 now northbound on the Causeway heading toward Mandeville. And we're seeing heavy delays on I-610 East approaching the high-rise, slow-going traffic near Paris Avenue. I'm Lisa Baque. Follow us on Twitter at Total Traffic NO.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Does your child struggle to concentrate and pay attention? What looks like ADD or autism may actually be caused by lead poisoning. Lead is a neurotoxin. It can cause permanent brain damage. Find out how to protect your family. Go to leadsafeamerica.org. This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Hi, gang, from the Fox 8 Weather Center, getting all excited about parade weather for this weekend. You ought to be excited because it's going to be a great start to Carnival with no rain. Now, we're going to start out chilly for tomorrow, but warming up into the mid-60s during the day with plenty of sun. Some clouds back by late in the day on Saturday, but no rain. And on Sunday, more clouds, warmer, ought to be up in the 70s. Only a slight chance for a stray shower. From Fox 8, your weather authority and Bounce TV, I'm meteorologist Bob Brett.
When Marlon Shirley was 5, he lost his foot. Today, as the world's fastest amputee, he runs the 100 meters in less time than it takes to listen to this. Overcome it. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com. The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses, comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
Zelda.
You couldn't come up with an Autobot or Decepticon?
I didn't want to. It's always just Starscream. And I don't do it very well. Megatron.
All right. No, I love that rejoinder. It's so awesome.
But no, I always think, every time I hear the Zelda commercial, I always think of, why so sad, Zelda? I'm not Zelda.
You're right.
I'm Link. Right. All right, Brian, we have a guest.
We have a guest, yes. Mr. Jason Huff. He's a New York Times bestselling author of The Dire Earth Cycle, and also more recently a near-future spy thriller called Zero World. And Mr. Huff, you there with us?
I sure am. How's it going?
Oh, fantastic. We're so glad to have you on.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so real quick shout-out to Matthew Levine and the power of social media for bringing us together.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Hey, you wanted to ask a question?
Well, no. Go ahead. We're going to talk about the books. I wanted to talk about his previous life working in computer games.
All right. Well,
okay. Sure, whichever one you want. I'm happy to talk about it.
Let's start with books.
All right. So I actually I just finished reading Zero World. I got it Monday night on Kindle, and I just finished it a couple of hours ago. And oh man, it really is a roller coaster ride. I couldn't stop reading it, man. That's so.
Yeah, I guess I'm starting to get a little bit known for action scenes, I guess.
No, it was great. So I mean, a couple things that I was thinking about while reading it. Is Philip K. Dick an inspiration for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Blade Runner / Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is one of my favorite movies / books. And in general, Philip K. Dick is definitely up there.
So, because I saw, there's this memory sequence that's happening in the book, and I saw some parallels with Paycheck on that. Yeah. But I mean, you really twisted it on its head, though. I mean, it's much different in the end how it resolves. Yeah. No, I mean, I thought that was good. So, I mean, what other inspirations did you have for this particular work?
Well, certainly Philip K. Dick, like you mentioned, although interestingly with the memory stuff that goes on in it was an element that came to it as I was writing it. It wasn't in the original plan. But it all worked in really well, I thought. But, beyond that, definitely Ian Fleming and the James Bond books. I'm not a huge fan of the movies, but the books I grew up with, and the year before I wrote this, I went back and reread all those and kind of got inspired by them. And then also Korean action cinema was a big influence on me for these. And in fact, the main character came to me after having a sort of an airport layover conversation with Tobias Bakel, another author, and we were just geeking out about Korean action thrillers and Korean action cinema, and just occurred to me on the flight home that was a perfect place to draw my inspiration for the main character. So
right. He is Korean, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
No, that's good. Now, I noticed is there a little bit of social commentary in this book? I noticed you touched a little bit on environmentalism, and also a bit of history. There's some World War II references in there. I mean, was that your aim?
Not necessarily. To be honest with you, that kind of thing is not really front and center on my mind when I'm writing. I think that themes like that, at least for me, just come out in the general, realistic human interaction that goes on. And there may be universal themes. In some ways, that's probably bad, but
well, no, not necessarily. I mean, I think it's very important, right? That you're grounding the story.
It's a shame that we have these things that we do have to deal with, but nevertheless, that's the reality. And so I think it just comes out from our own experiences and things. It comes out in the story for me. It's not like I've got a checklist on my whiteboard that says to touch on this or
right
or cover that. Yeah.
So now, we're not giving away any spoilers. This book's been out about 6 months, right? We don't want to spoil it for anybody, but man, the way it ends, it's clear that it screams sequel.
Yeah. Well, my goal initially was to set up something like what Ian M. Banks did with the Culture books, where he's got all these novels that take place in the same universe, but none of them are necessarily sequels to one another. You could read them almost in any order. And so originally that was my goal, was to just set up this universe, tell a satisfying story, but set up a universe that was kind of a playground for more stuff. Okay. But of course my editor at Random House always kind of twists me and eggs me on a little bit to leave things nice and primed for a direct sequel. So we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah. So, and forgive me, I have not read the Dire Cycle. All right, I mean,
that's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've got so much stuff on our plate. But I'm glad I got to read Zero World this week. I mean, it was great. So, is there any connection between Zero World and the Dire Cycle?
No, they're totally separate. Although, honestly, I mean, again, not to spoil anything, but as you can maybe imagine, I was tempted to connect them in a certain way. which will make more sense to people after they read Zero World, I guess. But in the end, I decided to not go there and just keep them as two separate, completely separate elements. Yeah.
So talking about the Dire Earth cycle, all 3 books you cranked out in about a year?
Well, sort of. The first one I wrote as purely as an aspiring author, as a hobbyist. It took me about 3 years off and on with, I hired a freelance editor to help me out and things like that. So that one took about 3 years, and then I got an agent, and we sold the book, and then Random House asked for a 3-book series, basically, when they bought the Darwin Elevator. So I wrote the other 2 in about 16 months following that.
Damn, yeah. That's pretty damn impressive right there. Well, see, because I'd seen that your first one was published, and then the following year that the other 2 just popped up. So I was like, that's you got carpal tunnel in your fingers now, or?
Well, the funny thing is, I kind of shot myself in the foot with it because originally they had given me, I think, about 2 years to write the 2 sequels, and for whatever reason, the deadlines had the second one coming in with more time to write it, basically, than the third one. And so I thought I wanted to flip that around because I thought the third book would be harder to write.
Okay.
So I turned in the second book early with the intention of just having more time to write the third one. And then they basically said, hey, you can write really fast. Why don't you turn in the third one early as well?
Wow.
And with their goal from a marketing standpoint, they wanted to release all 3 books over a couple-month period.
Wow.
So that people didn't have to wait. Same thing they did with Kevin Hearn and Naomi Novik before me. So,
yeah.
Can we send Random House after R.R. Martin and muscle him into finishing freaking Game of Thrones before I go beat him to death with his own typewriter?
Well, I know both George and I know Ann, his editor, and I think my personal opinion is best to let George take as much time as he needs.
Fair enough. Or he'll kill you 2 days.
He probably
at the same time, there's so much other good stuff out there.
No, there is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm easily excitable.
And as Jim Butcher says, read slower.
I read slow, though. I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, can give us a synopsis of the Dire Earth cycle? What do we have waiting for us?
Well, the basic setup is that there's this alien race has built a space elevator in Darwin, Australia, and they gave no explanation why. It was basically this automated ship shows up above Darwin and constructs this thing without any explanation, and then goes dormant. So people start using it and studying it and all that. And after some number of years, this disease starts to spread from another part of Earth, and it ends up being that anyone near this space elevator, near being like in a 10-kilometer range, is safe from this disease. But anywhere outside of that, which is basically most of the planet, is completely hosed. People are either dying off or turning into these murderous primal creatures. And so the book starts actually, the Darwin Elevator starts a few years after that happens, following this group of people, very small band of 5 people who have an immunity to the greater disease and can leave Darwin and go scavenge for spare parts and all that. And they're just doing that as a way to kind of make a nice living and help people and whatever. But it ends up putting them sort of at the center of this mystery as to why this is all happening, why this space elevator appeared, what the disease is all about, and then, of course, some signs that there's a conspiracy at the heart of it all.
Okay.
So over the course of the 3 books is them, exploring this and unraveling the whole thing and ultimately reaching a conclusion.
I can't wait to check that out.
All right, so we're visiting with New York Times bestseller Jason Huff right now, and the author of the Dire Earth cycle. And now, Brian, what was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to ask him about his previous life as a 3D imager. What you worked on some PlayStation games and Xbox games?
Yeah, so this is a long time ago now, but coming out of high school, I was really into doing 3D animation, 3D modeling, again, as a hobby, and wound up getting a job at a small game developer in California, and I worked on 8 or 9 games there, mostly for PlayStation and Xbox, and then some PC games too. Almost all real-time strategy games. Metal Fatigue probably being the one that got most well known, and then one of the Aliens versus Predator games.
Extinction
was another one that we did.
Yeah.
So I started out in 3D animation, and then I ended up moving into the game design side of it and coming up with the rules of the game and the stories and all that stuff.
So when are you going to write a biography so we can figure out how to make cash on our favorite hobbies like you've done? I'm looking for that on the shelf.
It's funny because I feel like in both cases I've kind of just fallen into it. With the 3D animation thing, I took a class on this really high-end 3D software that I would never have been able to afford to get on my own computer. So I took a class on it at the local university, and the teacher happened to know the owner of the game studio that was looking for basically an intern, is what I started as.
Nice.
And I happened to be in a spot in my life where I could do that, so I went and did it, and it worked out really well. And then in the case of the writing thing, I was getting nowhere with it. It was purely a hobby, but I was almost no productivity. And then I heard about National Novel Writing Month. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But
NaNoWriMo, yeah. My wife's done that before.
So I thought, hey, that sounds like an interesting way to try to force myself to be productive. And sure enough, basically I did it 1 year. It went fine, but the book was terrible. And that, for me at least, was because I didn't have a plan. So the next year I went in and did it again. This was in 2008, and had an outline and an actual, plan before it started. And that was actually the Darwin elevator. That's where it started. And that was where I sort of learned to just force myself to get a certain amount of words written every day, no matter what mood I'm in or what the weather is or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty much doing it ever since. I mean, every day, not just during the 1 month a year.
So, Mr. Huff, we're about to run up on a break, and I've got one more question for you. You mentioned that you have an anthology coming out really soon. You want to plug that real quick?
Yeah, I think the print version is out any day now, but the ebook's out as well already. It's called Unbound, and it's from Grim Oak Press, edited by Sean Speakman. And I have a story in there called Son of Crimea, and it's a sort of a distant prequel to Zero World.
Okay, awesome. And your website where fans can find you?
It's just jasonhuff.com. Huff is spelled Hough.
Fantastic. All right, well, it was a pleasure talking with you. We really appreciate you taking the time. And if you can hang on for a second, we'll catch you on the break. Guys, stay tuned. We got Top Nerd News next. And after that, This Week in Geek History. So listen to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
This report is brought to you by the Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer.
And we have a second problem now on the causeway. If you're traveling northbound, we've got a 3-car accident near milepost 3.1. So expect some delay as you make your way from Metairie toward Mandeville. We also still have heavy traffic on I-10 westbound in Kenner. Police are clearing an accident at the Airport Access Road exit. And if you see traffic problems, call us, 504-620-1000. I'm Lisa Baque.
When buying a thermometer, trust the doctors and nurses who use and recommend the Exogen Temporal Scanner. Your family deserves the best. The Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer. Available at Walmart.
At iHeartMedia, we have harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
I spent months searching the world over for the very best Nashville hot chicken recipe. Then I found it in the last place I ever expected, Nashville. KFC's new Nashville hot chicken. Crispy, hand-prepared chicken with a legendary blend of spicy and smoky flavor. You know, in hindsight, but I probably should have just started in Nashville. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Limited time offer. Pricing and participation may vary. Tax extra.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Maybon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com and follow them on Twitter at tubbyandcoos. Hashtag more than books. The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.
This is the Week in Geek.
Hail to the king, baby.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian with
the Necronomicon.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that good. Oh, well.
All right. So before we forget, we should do Word of the Day right now.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even tease it either.
No, we didn't.
That's impressive. All right, here we go.
And now it's time for the Word of the Day.
Hell, you could say that 10,000 times and it still wouldn't be enough. It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time. Shake it back!
The Word of the Day.
I love it. Say it one more time. Shake it back!
The Word of the Day is brought to you by the Vaping Tiger. Find them on the web at vapingtiger.com. The Word of the Day.
Next time, won't you sing with me?
All right. You want
Word of the Day.
You want me to say this one?
Sure, if you can. It's a fancy word.
It is. Dysphemism?
Dysphemism, yes.
Yes. It's euphemisms help us dance around impropriety.
Euphemisms that diss you.
Yes.
No, that's not right.
Euphemisms help us dance around impropriety and bluntness in speech and writing. But what if our communication needs are more body nature?
Body.
Yes. Dysphemisms are expressions wherein neutral or mild language is shunned in favor of more harsh verbiage.
Like the F word. Like when you say the F word on the air.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'll pull up the tape. I have
It's clearly asking for neutral or mild language.
No, it says in favor of more harsh verbiage.
Okay.
So a dysphemism, like euphemism is like, all right, don't stink your winky in the inky, as opposed to don't put your...
Right.
You know.
Yes.
You know.
You're ridiculous.
I am.
This was your word.
I know.
Why did we even do that?
Because I'm so easily amused.
All right.
It's the nice way to say wiener.
Top nerd news, man.
And now your top nerd news stories from around the world. Brought to you by Heroes Corner Comics. Find them on the World Wide Web at heroescornercomics.com. And now your top nerd news stories.
All right, Brian, what's stopping us off, man?
I'm looking at this list, and you have primed me for a dysphemism, right? And you're trying to bait me. I see this.
I would never try to bait you, Brian.
Hey, DeLoreans are going back into production.
Yay!
You too can own a Back to the Future
for the low price of $100,000.
I think. Most folks would probably want a Tesla for that much.
Well, I'd rather buy one and then sell it on eBay because you know why?
Why?
They're only making $300.
Really?
That is correct. They're only making $300. I guess that's all the steel they have left in the world. I don't know. Are they going to make it? They didn't really go into depth in the first article that I read about what they were going to make it out of. Because the first one was made out of just what?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel. It was just,
Which is so cool that you can, just buff it out. Oh, you got a little dent or something? Just buff that sucker out.
So I don't know what they're going to make it out of. I mean, if they're going to fiberglass it or what, but they're only making $300.
Yeah, it's probably collector's cars, to be honest.
For $100,000, yeah.
Yeah.
I just had that lying around in my couch somewhere.
That's your petty cash?
My petty cash, right.
Oh, all right. Next thing on the list, Warner Brothers plans on D&D movie set in the Forgotten Realms.
Yes, I know. Huh? What do you think, man?
I honestly, I think that would be cool. Right.
As long as there's not a Wayans brother in it. if there's a Wayans brother in it, I'm out.
Can we get
50 Shades of Dungeons and Dragons?
Can we get Jeremy Irons and Tom Baker back in?
God, no. Wait, Tom Baker was in it?
Yeah, he was the druid who they went and saw and healed one of the party members who had died.
Like Doctor Who, Tom Baker?
Yes.
No, he was not.
I swear to you.
You lie. I'm going to look on the computer. I don't believe you.
That. Yes, I'm serious.
Why would he do that? I don't believe you. You're full of it.
Why do people do many things?
I don't believe that he would do that.
He is.
Why would he stoop so low? No.
Well, you know.
All right, so what do you think about Drizzt?
Sir Alec Guinness stooped as low as Star Wars.
Oh, I saw. No.
Yes. So.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you think they're going to do the whole,
They got it. They got to touch on Drizzt Do'Urden.
Who would play him?
Who would play Drizzt? I don't know.
And honestly, I mean, how are they going to color the character? I mean, can you imagine the uproar if they pick a white guy to play Drizzt?
Yeah, that would probably be a bad idea.
So I think if they're smart, they'll be like, you know what? Let's just not.
I am
focus
sure
on some of the other characters.
I am sure there are African actors of ebony skin who would be perfect for that role. Yeah.
But I would see them screwing it up.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, hey, look, we have this great actor over here with ebony skin, but hey, let's go for the pasty white guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sad about Ghost in the Shell. I mean, that, you know.
Well, now what about the Neil Gaiman American Gods? They just cast the guy from The 100 for it. Oh, man.
I didn't even see anything about it.
It's on Facebook. I don't know. Facebook.com/The Week in Geek. We'll put up a post about it.
All right. So, next on the list, speaking of movies, Conan 3.
The Legend of Conan. Yeah. Conan the Conqueror.
You know what? Because I had put that link up on our Facebook page. Yeah. And you know what? You know what would make me happy? If they killed him off.
What?
Yeah,
It's Conan. You can't kill Conan.
Why? I mean, but he's a human. He'll eventually die. I mean, they're going to portray him as an older, Conan, right? Just kill him off in the series.
But he'll become a demigod.
Well, okay, that's fine, but we don't need any more sequels.
Then he'll live immortal.
No, we don't need any more sequels.
Just as long as we don't have any Jason Momoa sequels.
Well,
but I guess we are because he's called Aquaman. Oh God! You see, you're making me attack DC. I hate your face.
It was all a ruse.
Part of your master plan.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know. I look. The Conan comic books, I mean, I didn't read a whole lot of them. I read them sporadically. I never had them in my folder.
Yeah.
But I mean, they jumped all over.
Yeah. What about the novels?
I never read the novels.
Yeah, neither did I. But still,
so I don't know. This show is a sham. Moving on.
Hey, King of Orpheus, Nathan Fillion,
dude.
I know.
All right. So look, we have our feelers out. We have many hooks set, and a worst case scenario, we'll just tackle him as soon as he comes in town.
Yeah.
So if anybody's out by the airport, keep an eye. If you see Nathan, we'll just tackle him somewhere.
Just tackle him, just sap him, bring him straight to the studio.
Wakes up. Where am I? Shut up. Here's the microphone.
Right.
I need $1 million. We'll start a GoFundMe page and call it Go Free Me. Free Nathan Fillion.
That's good stuff. All right, so
Brian, what WTF is a Chickensaurus?
I don't. Where did this come from? I don't even
All right. Long story short, the jackass who was kind of like the basis for the character who created Jurassic Park.
Okay.
The old man,
right,
who was saying you could take DNA. Well, once they realized that DNA wasn't viable through like the amber or any of the other kind of crap where they could possibly get some of the DNA.
Right.
This guy, after even helping make the damn movie, was like, you know what? It might be a great idea to create some damn dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, okay. So I saw they're talking about regressing genes in chickens, right, in order to create a dinosaur.
Now here's the good part though.
Okay.
If you could make big giant chickens, the price of chicken would go down, and then we could all have like Fred Flintstone style, chicken barbecues. It'd be awesome.
Look, there's a lot of hunger in third world countries.
There is. Drop off a Chickensaurus.
Yeah, exactly. Alleviate it with large chickens. No, that's.
We need to take a break.
Yeah, we do. All right. Hey, Sports Balls versus X-Files.
Oh, come on, Brian. You're such a sissy, whiny baby.
Okay.
Sports Ball. And it made me have to wait an extra 20 minutes to watch my X-Files.
That's not the complaint. The complaint is that folks set their DVRs.
If you set a DVR, you're an idiot.
Why?
People are stupid. I hate people with DVRs, so that
Why?
probably means I hate you.
Why? Why do you?
Because it's stupid. It's a waste of time.
So what do you
go
to
on demand? You got the internet, dude. The DVR crap. You got to pay extra a month.
I bet you still set your VCR.
It's not worth it. It's a way to get more money to COX, and Cox sucks.
Did you fix that blinking clock on your VCR, Dave?
No, that's what my wife is for. I am the stupid one. She is the smart one who fixes VCRs.
You know, you're getting worked up. I think it's time for a break.
I am getting worked up, and my microphone's really hot.
Yes, it's time for a break?
No, because now I'm angry.
Guys, after the break, we're going to have...
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No. I wish he was on the show.
No, we are. You know why? Because he puts a stupid rapper in his stupid place.
Yeah.
B.O.B. I got your B.O.B. right here.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous.
It was. God. Why are there so many stupid people in this world?
I don't know. All right, so this week in Geek History, after the break.
And Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Whatever you want, Dave.
Yes! Stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
Girls' underwear only need to be a little triangle with a rubber band on it. Guys have things. Things that deserve to experience the comfort of Frigo by Revolution Wear. Oh yeah. Drop your things into their patented Frigo Zone with the adjustable pouch and experience the customized fit and sweat-free comfort of Frigo underwear. Then when people ask, how are things? Tell them all about your Frigo Zone and tell them to go to revolutionwear.com to get theirs.
First, a 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.
I spent months searching the world over for the very best Nashville hot chicken recipe. Then I found it in the last place I ever expected, Nashville. KFC's new Nashville hot chicken. Crispy, hand-prepared chicken with a legendary blend of spicy and smoky flavor. You know, in hindsight, but I probably should have just started in Nashville. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Limited time offer. Pricing and participation may vary. Tax extra.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
You're listening to The Weekend Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Here's David and Brian.
But this whole thing, it's just a symptom of a larger problem. There's a growing anti-intellectual strain in this country. It may be the beginning of the end of our informed democracy. Of course, in a free society, you can and should think whatever you want. And if you want to think the world is flat, go right ahead. But if you think the world is flat and you have influence over others, as would successful rappers or even presidential candidates, then being wrong becomes being harmful. to the health, the wealth, and the security of our citizenry. Discovery and exploration got us out of the caves, and each generation benefits from what previous generations have learned.
Preach it, Dr. Tyson.
Isaac Newton, my man, said, if I have seen farther than others, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants. So that's right, B.O.B. When you stand on the shoulders of those who came before, you might just see far enough to realize the earth isn't flat. And by the way, this is called gravity.
Wow.
Yeah. He dropped the F-bomb. Look, he dropped some logic on you, and then he cusses you out.
Well, it is tough, man. There's a lot of stuff that I see in the media and stuff that it's.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get started. This is why we do a nice laid-back show where I'm the only one having coronaries over stupid crap.
Right. No, and it's probably
DVRs
best.
and Cox cables screwing me out of cash.
Okay. Do you want to this week in Geek History?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it going to be fun?
I think it'll be fun.
I want to do something fun. Let's do that. All right. This week in Geek History. Oh wait, I have a new one.
This week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future. Yes! Oh my gosh!
This week in Geek History is brought to you by The Legend of Zelda: Symphony of the Goddesses. Find them on the net at zelda-symphony.com. This week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
You're right. It's better. It sounds better when I do it.
Oh, God, I hate you.
All right.
Shut up and do the news.
All right. First item on my list, January 25th, 1947. Thomas Goldsmith Jr. and Ethel Ray Mann file a patent for the first video game built with analog electronics and a cathode ray tube.
So they made the first video game? Like a cabinet video game?
No. They used an oscilloscope with a cathode ray tube to create a little dot that kind of flew around, and it was like a missile. And
what the hell was the point of it?
Well, they had little targets.
So it was like pre-Pong?
Yeah.
So how does it get crappier than Pong? They found a way. Yay!
It was the first
You made
one.
the crappiest first game ever. Here's a dot. It's called the laser pointer game for the cats.
It's got to start
kitty.
somewhere.
Get it, kitty. Meow.
You're so mean.
I am mean.
All right. Also, let's see. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Another first. On January 26, 1926.
Oh, well, it better be a first good one, because this doesn't want to work. Flash, what is it?
All right, John Bayard demonstrates the first television broadcast to members of the Royal Institution and a reporter from the Times. So, first TV broadcast, 1926.
1920s. What was it? Was it Howdy Doody?
No, it was one of his assistants was on.
Was it a dot?
No, it was not a dot. It was the face of his assistant.
Face of Bo?
Yeah, no.
Face of Bowie?
That'll be
Face of Booze.
That. Do we have time? We should do it now. A community segment, real quick. We'll break this up. Chewbacca's crew of Chewbacca's rolls this Saturday, 7 p.m. through the Bywater Marinee.
The Advocate got the route ass backwards.
Yeah. It's actually they printed it absolutely backwards, starting at our den and back to where we're actually starting.
Yeah.
But it's close enough, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's opposite day.
It's government work,
right? So it's going to be a spectacle. There's going to be the DeLorean from Back to the Future out there. There's going to be Ecto 1. The cast and crew from NCIS New Orleans will be out there.
Get out, really?
In their rolling cantina bar from Star Wars.
Get out.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Archer will be out there?
Apparently. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know who of the crew is coming, but
I mean the captain from Enterprise.
I know. I don't know if he's going to be there. I just know
you need to get your ass over there and find out.
I will be after the
show.
Get
an interview. I expect better of you, Mr. Held.
After the show, I'm going to be out there. Good. So I'm going straight to the den from here.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. And lots of other crazy spectacle. It's going to all culminate at our den on the corner of Claiborne and Poland.
It's this Saturday?
This Saturday, okay. Yes. The 30th at 7 p.m. And it will culminate at our den where we will have our Chewbacca doll. And it's $20 for Muggles, $15 if you have a costume. Of course, people who ride in the parade get in with their dues.
Right.
And a bunch of bands. The Morning 40 is going to be there. And christened the Morning 42 just for the day. Right. And other bands as well. So it's going to be a good time.
Okay.
Food trucks, all that good stuff.
Cool.
All right, next item on my list. You ready?
Yeah, if the computer is.
All right. January 27, 1995.
Hey, it works.
Highlander 3, The Final Dimension, is released in the U.S., ignoring and undoing the events of Highlander 2, and for the second time proving that there can be only one Highlander movie.
God. Why would...
Yeah, I know.
Man. I don't even want to... Let's not dwell. Moving on.
All right.
Trying to depress me?
Well, this is related to Skungy's review from earlier, slightly. Okay. On January 28, 1958... The Lego company patents the design of its Lego bricks, and they're still compatible with bricks produced today.
They're still compatible? They still fight? Boom!
Compatible.
Finish him.
There was a P in there, Dave.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Like album?
Right, exactly.
So, wait, when was this again?
1958.
1958. So they've been torturing parents' feet for over half a century now.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
bastards.
Look, if it wouldn't be that, your kids would find something else.
Well, yeah, but I gotta say, at least they embrace the change of making like cool Lego guys instead of just random 80s space guy.
Right.
So because now they're making money hand over fist. It's insane what they're making.
Yeah,
call me Lego.
Right. It's all coming from you, right? For your kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
What's next? We only got about 2 minutes left.
All right. This one's for my wife, January 30th, 1974. The Muppet Show Valentine's Day special airs on TV, and it's considered by many to be the pilot to the series. Yes.
My wife hates the Muppets.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
God, she hates them.
Straight to birthdays, you think?
Yes.
All right. On the 26th, David Strathairn. He was Whistler on Sneakers.
Oh, God. Way to pull an obscure one out your butt.
I'm trying.
What about Jonah?
Hold on. 27th, comic book artist and writer Frank Miller.
Cool.
On the 28th, Elijah Wood.
That's it. Yeah, I was thinking Jonah.
On the 29th, Mark Singer, the Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's the best.
On the 30th,
the Ferrets of Doom.
I met him at DragonCon.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a crazy story, but we don't have time for it.
We got about a minute.
We got about a minute. It was really crazy, because I wasn't going to go see him, and then we kind of locked eyes across the room.
And then y'all both took off your shirts and put on the oil, and were like, yes, bring me a ferret. Yea, verily, I am the Beast Master.
It was crazy. All right, on the 30th, Gene Hackman.
Hey, all right.
Yes, and also on the 30th, Christian Bale.
We'll do it live!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. All right, guys. This has been another exciting installment of The Week in Geek. Now, as always, yes, check us out on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio. And check out our website at twigradio.com.
Spreaker.com. Please follow us on there as well.
For the love of God, we're at 57. We need to break 100.
Yep.
Help our brothers out.
Next week, we'll have Mr. Cedric Whitaker from Airship Isabella
Yep.
will be in studio with us, and he's got some cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah, they're doing the AMC show with the kind of like a Korean action film almost.
There you go.
So, all right, guys. So, thanks for listening. Download everything. You can also find us at FoxSportsAM1280.com. So, till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Fox Sports 1280. WODT New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.